Hello, and we're back live. It was an off the cuff pop up. I was feeling energetic today and decided to do two in one day. No one's here, but if you want to pop on and ask questions, I'm totally here. But if you want to book a personal reading with me, you may always do so at jgilly.com. That's JGILLY.com. But I wanted to pop on here and share. So I've had like the weirdest experience today. So like I was watching TV like after my last couple of readings, and it feels like I've been crying, but I haven't. And so I was like, why do I feel like I'm crying? Like usually when spirit steps forward and like I feel like I'm growing or like I've suddenly gotten really tall, I know I'm connecting with like a spirit that was like known physically in the physical realm as being very tall, and I'll get these like sensations that are not my own. And today I felt like I had been crying for a couple of hours, and I was like, let me type this in. Let me type this in online and just be like, on this day, who cried? And what I found was fascinating. So let me share. um, it says on August 24th, 1861, Queen Victoria's second son, Prince Alfred, famously cried through a gloomy royal memorial service that the Queen described as feeling more like a funeral than a celebration. A tense family service at Osborne House following recent family grief and the ongoing mourning over Prince Albert's health struggles. That was the setting. The reaction, Queen Victoria noted in her private journals and letters that the atmosphere was deeply miserable, writing that Prince Alfred cried throughout the entire service, while she herself struggled to hold back her tears. So pretty fascinating. I want to pull a few cards and see what my guides were trying to maybe throw my way as like a psychic nudge, or like, hey, something's coming up with the royal family tomorrow. There's going to be a huge like public outcry. I don't know, but I definitely sense that it has something to do with the royals. There's something that's going to be leaked tomorrow, and it's not the greatest for the family, the royals. I like honestly, like even my eyes now, it feels like I've been crying, but I haven't, which is so weird. It's just a sensation. So I think somewhere in the family lineup, the royals are deeply, deeply disturbed today and crying about the information that is going to be leaked or outed come tomorrow morning. Like I'm getting 9 a.m. This could be overseas or this could be in America when it hits over the pond. I'm not sure. Hi, Wendy. How are you? Thanks for joining. So um, yeah, let's see. We'll pull some cards. Does this have to do with the royal family? And what is it regarding? Could it be a red-headed prince, perhaps? Why is this stream giving you a tingling sensation? I don't know. Perhaps it's truth bumps. I'm not sure. Is Harry and Meghan getting divorced? Not yet. Hi, Mystic. What is this that I'm picking up? Like, I literally feel like I've been crying for hours, and that's just not the case. Like, I was I was doing readings. I did a couple of like love readings, like nothing crazy, like in career readings. So like obviously the person that I was reading wasn't like in distress or crying. Bit bizarre. I've never had this sensation ever in my like 7 years of reading people where I felt like I've been crying for a couple of hours. Like I feel like I've been bawling my eyes out, and like when you cry and you're like exhausted, but like that hasn't happened today. Yeah, someone okay. This has to do with William and Kate. And something about a child. Is this their child? No, another child. Okay. Secrets coming out. I just feel like no one wants this to get out, man. I heard 4 counts. 4 counts. This is fascinating. Also, something about a duke being involved. I don't know what their titles are. Don't know, don't care. But yeah, something about a duke being involved and a child. They can't control the storylines. This is why there's crying and grief everywhere. That's what I'm getting. They won't be able to control the storyline. I feel like Megan's going to love this. She's going to try and make this her thing. Well, we all know that. We all know that's coming. They're trying to do some negotiations tonight to pay off somebody. It's not going to work out. Something about a fishing trip as well. Do the Royals go fishing often? I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Tamara. So, by the way, thank you for your comment about the night watchers, the wall watchers. Yeah, I think it's a night guard or something that David Icke has an ally with up north, something like that. Okay, so there's going to be some type of unaliving situation going on in the next couple of days with having to do with the Royals and a scandal and Kate and William. That's what I'm getting. This came out of nowhere. Was Andrew Duke of York? Okay. So does this have it's the moon card as well. There's something coming to light about William and a kid and Andrew, if he's the Duke of York. Yeah. And as you know, the moon card is all about illusions coming to the surface and secrets being revealed. So they're trying to pay this off with all the fortune of the world, but they can't. And someone there's an unaliving going on. Oh my God, I cannot believe I'm channeling this right now. This is not what I was expecting. I think there's something that's going to be going on with Andrew as well, like the next couple of days. I mean, he definitely feels like the fall guy for the royal family, if I'm totally honest. Hi, Anna Marie. Hi, I have a situation I'd like to ask about. Is it okay to ask in your live? Absolutely. William strongly dislikes Andrew. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, put QQQs in the chat. Okay, so let's see. The Royals holiday at Balmoral. I don't know how to say that. Balmore. Every summer. Fishing, hunting, shooting. Okay. Do they have hunts for children here? Unfortunately, yes. I don't know. There's something going on. Something is being leaked. Something is being leaked. Interesting. And I feel a lot of the women, something connected to the palace, cast, the royal family, a lot of women are crying. This is what I'm like totally picking up. Can you tell us anything more about this? Mm. Okay, so then there's something about on the heels of something that Kate ordained or set into motion. Is like the queen mother or something. That's what I'm getting. I don't know all the rankings. I don't know all the titles. I don't know anything about that. But it's just like in the last 3 to 5 days or something, the something that Kate set in motion, like piss someone off, and then they leaked something, and then Megan's gonna get in and try to get on it and like make it all about her or like try and jump in the media frenzy somehow with her narcissistic personality, and then it's gonna make it worse. And then there's something like leaked with Megan. Then the ping pong match, everything is directed. The heat's on Megan, so she like almost kind of like it backfires on her. So there's going to be this ping pong match across the pond. Both royals, all of their secrets kind of coming out. A business money front, embezzling, something like that. Especially with Megan, her businesses, embezzlement. Children. Got the number 17. Oh my God. Just got the number 17, so maybe transport. Just deplorable, huh? What is this? The Game of Thrones all of a sudden? No. I was channeling for David Icke just to keep you abreast of the situation. I was channeling David Icke, and someone asked if he was a double agent in the last live. And I said, no, there's something. I just heard White Walkers. And I remembered that from the Game of Thrones. So there was a reference to White Walkers and the Wall and the Night Guard watch. So he has like some high up connections of protectors that are up north that are guards of some sort or guarding a wall. So that was the reference I had channeled. So yes. But as they say, fiction is always truth hidden in plain sight. So take what you will with it. My husband is going to the hospital for a heart condition. Will he be okay? Also, I want to sell my house because we are 45 minutes away from the hospital. Is now the right time to sell? Good financial idea. So first off, Anna Maria, I'm so sorry. I want to send you all the healing vibes and love and healing possible. I am not a physician and just have to say that. Just putting this is not medical advice. So seek out your physician's advice. I will look into the cards and give you my psychic opinion just for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so what I'm picking up is yes, there might be a minor procedure needed and a big, huge lifestyle change for him. I'm also seeing that a constant struggle as well and an underlying issue that keeps him in constant discomfort or pain is probably indigestion. So I'm feeling like huge um like fire kind of erupting in my stomach and esophagus. And so I can only interpret that as like a lot of indigestion, reflux, maybe GERD. And so a huge shift in eating habits will drastically help him. I do feel he will be okay. I do think that there will be a necessary surgery. And then for the next 2 years, you will not have any problems once he is treated and back in recovery on the other side of surgery. So there's that. All right, now let's switch over into the house. Is this a good time to sell? I'm seeing that the best time to sell is October. It wouldn't be terrible right now, but it would be better in October to put it on the market. So waiting a little bit, just to like dot your I's, cross your T's, and everything is like tip top, copacetic, tip top shape. All the aesthetics are good and repairs and cosmetic upgrades and things like that. That's what I'm picking up. Hope that helps. All right. Let's see if we can pick up anything with the royal family. Anything more? Any more tea? Ooh, I'm getting a J name in connected to the royal family. So, I don't know anybody's name that starts with a J connected to the royal family. Do you guys? Feels like by marriage. The child in question was 8 years old with this tea that's being leaked. I heard William and Kate met with Charles to discuss what Camilla was going to be allowed, not allowed. When Charles passes and William takes charge, Camilla will be pushed aside, kinda. Oh, fascinating. Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, this seems to be have set into motion some trickery behind the scenes with media, with leaking stuff. That's what I'm picking up as like backhanded payback. You know what I mean? Like very slick, sly, passive aggressive ways to get back at Kate and William. Um, but then it totally backfires on Meghan Markle. And sets in motion a big rift, even more so than there already is, which is fascinating. I'm also seeing a cross, a huge cross crucifixion. So possibly there was like a sacrifice or something. They're not going to say that in the headlines, but it's going to be coded as that, as such. You're so welcome, Anna Marie. I hope that helps. My life guide's name is Anna Marie. Hi, Laura. QQQ, can you tell me if my mom will be approved for a hip replacement or will she go straight into a nursing home? She's desperate to get home, but I'm not sure that will happen, unfortunately. I'm not sure where you reside if you're in the States, Laura, but it seems like for about 5 to 7 months, she's gonna be awaiting the hip replacement to get approved for it, and so then we'll be in some type of facility. It doesn't feel like it's all the way a nursing home, maybe assisted living, and then I see her getting approved for it eventually, and I asked, "Does she return home after that?" I got a no. She goes to back to assisted living. So there we go. So I think that I don't think she's ready for a full-on nursing home. I don't think she would get into a nursing home or like meet the requirements for a nursing home. It's more like assisted living or senior living, something of that nature where there's a lot of autonomy. That's what I'm getting. Oh, okay. I was feeling like I was picking up because I was like, it didn't feel like the regular protocols that happen in the States for like health insurance and stuff and like hip replacements. So, okay, perfect. Thanks for that clarification. Yeah, so there's some assisted living. I feel like she doesn't quite and again, I'm not well aware of like the different homes and the requirements. It just feels like she doesn't meet all of the requirements for a nursing home. What we would call in the States is a nursing home. It's more of like an assisted living type of like still creating autonomy within the, patient and things like that. But it's like very hands on and accessible in emergencies and have access to help right around the corner, that kind of thing. So I think it's almost like her spirit guides and guardian angels are trying to assist in this, um, get her in an assisted living place, and I do see that happening. Getting like, maybe her heart rate, blood pressure, that kind of thing needs to stabilize a little bit more before, approval for hip surgery and hip replacement. That's what I'm getting. Yes, prayer for Laura's mom. Yes, yes, yes. All right, who do we wanna look into next in the news? Anybody have any juicy suggestions? Let's see. I'm gonna ask about LeBron James, the new trade. Let's see. I'm surprised that he signed his contract for 8 million. That seemed a little bit low to me. Was this a Hollywood ritual? Yes. You're welcome, Laura. How many more years will LeBron James be playing? Will it be another 2 years? 3 years? No, 2 years. So what I'm getting is this year he's not gonna play well. He's not gonna play like a team player. He's gonna have a lot of trouble with his teammates, won't be liked. He's going into maybe kind of like a more hostile situation than he's normally used to. Like, I don't think people will be opening him with welcome arms. It's gonna be a little bit like he'll have to prove himself, I think, to be one of the boys, if that makes sense. QQQ, when will I get to visit with my mom and find my passport all sorted out? Let's see. It's going to be right at the beginning of 2027. So by the end of December, early January, 2026 going into 2027 is when you'll get your passport sorted out. When will she get to visit? Like in the Aquarius season of 2027, Aquarius Pisces season. So that would be January 23rd to like March 22nd, I would say. I think I got that right. So yeah. When shall I sell my flat? Within the next 5 months, I'm seeing the best month would be Scorpio season. So in November, late October to like November, the end of November is the best time to put it on the market and sell your flat. Hi, Diana. Welcome back. So I wanted to share also, in the last live that I did, where is it? I think it was anyway, I caught an angel on camera. I was someone there was a question that was asked about a corrupt judge and a legal case. And I was talking about, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I was talking about like how just as the corrupt judges and people that are on the Freemasons and have entity attachments, high level like demonic entities that they allow just by their contracts and their corruption and their secret society oaths and things like that. Just as they can have demonic walk-ins that, step in, you as a person of the light, before you go in front of the judge, you can call upon angels to step in and in the spiritual court of that trial or case and ask that angels step in. And as I said that, there were orbs. There was like an orb that flew straight to my head. Like I went like this, and it was like orbs, almost like a skipping rock over water, which like is crazy. It was caught on film. It was like at the exact point was like 47 minutes and 17 seconds, I believe. But I can't remember which exact video it was. I'm going to have to pull it up for you guys. QQQ. Saturday is the first year of my dog Humphrey's passing. Oh, condolences. Does he approve of my new boy, Leroy? Why did I say Leo? Were one of the dogs a Leo? Yes, and it's my Leo card. That's crazy. So yes, he does approve. He's very optimistic. I hope the cats are adjusting well. Finally. It seems they are. I feel like they are. I feel like they've kind of calmed down a little bit. And I'm also seeing something about sticks. Maybe Leroy, the new dog, is like going crazy with sticks lately. I don't know. That's something I'm picking up that Humphrey's picking up on, like maybe laughing about. I'm also getting that Humphrey maybe plays with him. So there's something about sticks and there's something about a creek or like a stream of water that runs on the property. Um, it might be where I was seeing a snake as well. There was a warning about a snake. So um I don't know. Humphrey might be like playing with him and that's why he's kind of going crazy with these sticks outside. That's what I'm getting. Laura Hitchman, how do you see the gender issues around the NBA affecting the league? Will it sort itself out? So much controversy. I feel the girls who just love and want to play basketball. I feel for the girls who just love and want to play basketball. I don't know anything going on. Sorry. I'm going crazy with this setup. It's like, how do I get my camera to not shake so much? My laptop. Okay. Tell me about the WNBA gender issues. Yeah. Um, you're totally right. So this card flew out. They just want to play just for the love of the game. And this is all an illusion. It's all like staged. I don't know what's going on. I imagine there's something going on with like the transhuman agenda, transgender rights, something in that regard. I don't watch the news, obviously. So yeah, I see a lot of people really upset and emotional and feeling like it's isolating. And I'm also getting it feels even more unjust because it's like stopping the females from playing properly. Is there like a strike or something as well? Or um has something been like repressed or like it feels like a strike, like something's ceased, like slowed down or been delayed in the league being able to play or players being able to play. That's what I'm getting. Um, but the females just want to get out and play. And there's something with transgender as well behind the scenes or in front. I don't know. There's some type of illusion. Something is not as it seems. And there's an agenda behind the scenes. And it just seems like all the more unfair because it's happening with the females, the WNBA, but it's not happening to the NBA. So it's even more unjust, unfair is what I'm getting. Can you tell us any more about this? Oh, well, that's fascinating. My guides are saying that mothers should unite in protesting or speaking up or like creating a campaign for these players. That's fascinating. Never know what you're going to get in these readings. Did Tyler Robinson actually text all those messages? Full confession. Who gave him the opportunity to take out and when did he decide on the idea? Who gave him the opportunity to take out? I don't know what that means. To take out what? To take out CK? Hmm. I'm getting a yes, he did actually text all those messages, but again, that goes back to what I channeled in the earlier live today, is that he fully is, like, mind controlled or brainwashed into thinking he was the one that unalived Charlie, but he wasn't. He's definitely the patsy, the scapegoat that's been set up. Um, there's been some type of an illusion painted here that he has been made to believe and confess to it. But, like, that just goes to show you any real, like, cold-blooded schmurderer, like, let's say Jeffrey Dahmer, like, they're going to completely deny, like, try and get away. But, like, Tyler Robinson is immediately, you know, handing over stuff and admitting to stuff and too easily, in my opinion. So there's something fishy there. And I think he's mind controlled. I think also Lance Twiggs is heavily mind controlled. Heavily. I mean, that is such a split soul, fragmented soul. I mean, I can already see the different dissociated identities, um, just in his aura. Looks like he's so broken down and doesn't have emotions. Um, he's been so mind controlled, traumatized, and dissociated. Yes, that's a great question, Agnes. Um, Leroy pulls six out of the pond and tries to catch fish. Oh, that's perfect. Thanks for that clarification. He is loving the water. I think Albert still thinks Leroy is a mofo. Yeah, so that's funny. So I guess Albert still needs time to warm up and acclimate. That's funny. Yeah, I think Humphrey is that's confirmation that Humphrey's around watching and playing with Leroy. So that's awesome. I love that. Apparently, there is already a man playing in the league. Okay. I was picking up on that. Like, it just wasn't fair. Like, something was going on with trans and, yeah. Of course. Of course that would happen. Let's see. I don't think he's gonna be able to play much longer. I think a lot of women are gonna step in here. I am seeing, like, a protest with mothers and women uniting all around, and it's, like, more power in numbers. So I think there's gonna be some type of, like, retaliation or protest, silent protest, or strike. Remember, I saw a strike. So that if that hasn't happened already, that's coming. There's some type of strike where women are going to step down and, like, I'm also seeing mothers in particular uniting. So, like, mothers in the league as well that have had children that are players, professional players. Something having to do with that. That's what I'm seeing. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Spirit. What else do you want to talk about? Let's dive into Erica Kirk. It's been a while. Oh, interesting. So Erica Kirk has just recently cut off whoever her lover was in secret. She's worried about it getting out. Love it. She's trying to be a Susie homemaker and good mom now. So we're probably going to see lots of curated, staged photos of her and her kids out and about, trying to clean up her mom image that, like, she cares. And then I'm also seeing She's taken a step back from TPUSA, like the summits being the face. Maybe she makes a let me see. Yeah, she makes a public announcement about this, stating that she's under too much stress from public scrutiny and, of course, famously gaslighting everybody for just questioning how she's responding to certain accusations or strange ways that she's grieving and the justifications she has towards it. Um, she doesn't really have a response, especially because everyone probably because of the public meltdown that Andrew Wilson had, public failure he had. And I think she indirectly paid him in some type of way and recruited him to be kind of a skeezy debater. Um, 9:11 on the clock right now, Central Time. Confirmation. It was a burning tower. It was a dumpster fire, hiring Andrew Wilson. And so she's just going to kind of like go into hiding, I would say, for a little bit, hoping that it will die down. And then she'll pop her head back out in the most crazy and bizarre, strange ways with TPUSA in the future. In the next like 6 weeks or so is what I'm getting. But it looks like she's taking a step back to be a mom. That's what her public statement will be. Meanwhile, she will still be collecting money, like donations from something off of her husband's death. But she's just broken up with someone. I don't know. That's coming through the cards so, and the person is married. The person's married. So either the wife found out or is getting suspicious, or someone's blackmailed and like leaked information to the wife to blackmail. Allegedly, I still feel like this is Andrew Colvett that she's having like a relationship with, but behind the scenes. So I'm seeing this man has like a wife, and she has stopped the relationship for fear of it coming out, and it has already. She just isn't aware of it, like, or has confirmation of it. So the lover and his wife are handling it separately in their own way, so it doesn't go public. I think they're gonna try and work it out, but there's some photos. I'm seeing some blackmail photos in an envelope blown up. That's what I'm getting. It's kind of like, Olivia Pope type stuff that goes on behind the scenes. I see psychically. It's like, um just seems like a badly written soap opera. That's what that's what I'm picking up with Erica Kirk, like, just a horrible, horrible soap opera. No one's doing real work. No one's changing real lives here. It's all scripted nonsense. Like, just everyone playing like they're important people and that they're doing important work, changing people's lives. Like, no, no. Okay, QQQ. At Tyler's hearing on September 1st, what will be the outcome and the next date? What will be the outcome on September 1st? Okay, so there's something like house arrest. I'm not seeing he's gonna be arrested until the trial or be in jail until the trial, or it just looks like he's gonna be, like, on something either surveillance, house arrest, or, like, a cushy lockdown of some sort. Like, that would be, like, having an ankle, monitor, or, being on house arrest, like, a certain amount of like, having surveillance at all times, knowing where he is. I don't think he's gonna be fully, like, incarcerated yet. I don't know how that works. I don't know, um yeah, I don't think he's gonna be fully in custody, is what I'm hearing. But what will be the outcome of the hearing on September 1st? Will there be another date? Yeah. I'm getting November, so the month of 11, the number 11. Um, I'm also seeing some testimony from Tyler Robinson's father at the next hearing, possibly. And some more information's coming about, in particular, the car that Tyler Robinson was driving. I don't know if that changed, if he drove the same car the entire day. It seems like he was, like, on this Tour de France thing, going to a lot of places to eat. I don't know if he had the same car that entire day, that 24 hours or whatever, but, there's something coming out about the car situation, what car he was driving, if it was the same car, something about serial numbers. That's what I'm picking up. Is Candace and Baron going to be successful in trying to solve the murder of CK? I think they've already solved it. I think it's about dripping out the information in a smart way so that they're not unalived or compromised in any way or have to compromise. So, yeah, they've already solved it. They already know the back end of things. A better question is, does Erica? Yes. She's been knowing longer than them. Um, will they be publicly able to solve it? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They won't let it out of the bag. So, what they're gonna have to do is kind of connect the dots and let the people on the internet, um, do it for them. That's what I feel. They're gonna have to do it in a very clever way. What made Benny A. Johnson change his mind about everything? He lied about 4K footage. Something about his relationship. Um, it was threatened. He was backed into a corner and he was paid. They threatened his relationship, someone he loved dearly, and they threatened him and offered him money, and he had to take the deal. Backed into a corner. That was the only way out. The only defense. That's what I'm getting. Oh my god, so they're going to, smashinate him? Who? Who is he? Him. If he goes too low security? I'm getting a no. I'm getting a no. Let's see. Oh, Tyler. Yeah. Um, I don't think he will be. I don't think he will be smashinated. I have to like watch myself with the algorithm. I don't think that's going to happen. What I think is going to happen is, I don't know. I keep seeing something with an anklet or some type of house arrest, something like a Martha Stewart type of like bougie something, something like that. That's what I'm getting. What will happen to Lance Twigs in this process? Here's my thing. I think that Lance Twigs is definitely some type of cold-blooded fill in the blank for sure. I think he's got a lot of personalities, alters that come out that have been mind controlled and they use as they like as like a public enemy, um, a cold-blooded fill in the blank. He's a little bit more ruthless, I would say, than Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson still has empathy, and it's probably why they got him, why they profiled him to take the fall. They knew he would if they could paint the illusion for him that he would take responsibility and ownership of that when he didn't do it. So I don't know. Lance Twigs to me seems like behind the scenes going to be doing calculated, cold criminal activity or things that are not so good. That's what I'm picking up allegedly behind the scenes. Thank you. By the way, should I report at police station, passport, or just wait till December? I'm getting a no to report to the police station. Wait until December. Yeah, wait till December. That's what I'm getting. Should I buy a smaller flat or just leave the country to where? Will I get a full money from my brother's will? Should I buy a smaller flat? Yes, you could. You should. That would be a good move. A smaller flat. Is it better to leave the country? No. Will I get money, the full money for my brother's will? At least 3/4 of it, but not the full amount. Maybe that has to do with like paying the lawyers and the fees and the taxes, maybe, or something like that. But I do see 3/4 of it. I hope that helps. Smashminated. That's my new. Like I have a lisp permanently now because of the flagged terms that I cannot say. And if you don't know what little hats is, go look it up. Go look it up on ChatGPT. I totally agree with you. Oh, thanks. Will we see the fall of Erica? Gosh, I hope so. Also, what's the truth about the little boy possibly not being Charlie's? Is that something that's finally coming out? Because I intuited that and channeled that way back when 6 months ago. I channeled immediately that Charlie was not the boy's father, just Gigi's father biologically. Although he does watch over and acts like that was his child. He has a bond with him, but biologically that is not his child. That's what I was picking up. Been getting that since day one. We will see the downfall of Erica. She was a puppet as well. Although she's going to try and claw her way to the top somehow. I mean, They're probably you know what I'm picking up is they're probably, like, trying to feed her ego, like, they're lying to her, obviously, but they're trying to tell her she would be a great candidate, first female president, whatever. We'll position you as the vice president with JD Vance, whatever, running. I don't think that's ever gonna fly. I just hopefully the American population is just way smarter than that. Um, hopefully they have awakened since 2020. Um, so I think she will be found out. I think it will be a public, just defamation of character, I guess, or her reputation will take a nosedive, and then her businesses and whatever, charities and TPUSA will be disbanded. I just think it will reveal itself with, like, lack of monetary support. Like, she'll just be forgotten and isolated and off to the side. Um, she'll probably be taken care of, uh, financially by her inheritance or the corrupt connections she has with, like, all the casino people and, um, university, like, Jewish people I'm picking up on. But again, they'll just take care of her. She won't be a public figure anymore. This is like her last hurrah is what I'm getting. Anything else about Erica Spirit? She will have one more child, which is kinda crazy. Will she be married soon? Yeah, within the next 7 to 8 months. Yeah, because she really wants another child. She's climbing that ladder, boy. I think that's where she's gonna, like, lose a lot of people publicly. Um, I forget, is it Cabot Philip Philip Cabot, something like that? Is that the father of the son? I'm getting a no. A lot of people have, commented on my page, on my videos, that they think that Cabot Phillips or Philip Cabot, I don't know his name, her ex is the father. I'm getting a no across the board with that. I've gotten that before. It is someone in the public eye that we would know. I don't know. It could be Andrew Colvat, allegedly. And honestly, he kind of looks a lot like, Charlie, like, you know, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference with their children. You know what I mean? It'd be an easy cover up, I would say. The father of the boy is JT Massey. Let's see. Is the father of the boy JT Massey? I'm getting a no. Let me look up. Let me see. She has such a type. Let's see. JT Massey. What does he look like? Let me see his aura. Oh, yeah. This is the baseball player. Yeah, no, I don't feel like yeah, I don't think he's the father. It feels, if I'm honest, it feels like the father is someone way more grounded in their career, and their identity. That's what I'm picking up. Why did Trump go back on all his promises during the campaign? Okay, so I got no for is he going back on all his promises during the campaign? Is he being blackmailed? No. But then I got, is he being dishonest? I got a no. And then I asked, is it his clone? And I got a yes. So, does that make sense? So it's his clone doing all the Indian giving or going back on the promises. And there is a bit of blackmail, but that's always in politics. They use leverage and money. But Trump also, that's his like negotiation style anyway, is blackmail as well. So he expects it, I would say, or is ready for it most of the time. Yeah, it's the clone. Yeah, I'm getting more so it's not Cabot Phillips. I'm getting that it's possibly, I know in the past I didn't think that the father of the son it would be Andrew Kolvat, but I don't know. For some reason, it's just feeling more and more like Andrew Kolvat or someone that looks a lot like Andrew Kolvat and has like the same position career wise and job title and has a lot of the same energy signatures that Andrew Kolvat has and actually looks like him. So maybe this is a clone. I don't know. Maybe I'm tapping into, other versions of people psychically. I don't know. But it's kind of interesting. Oh my God. I believe that too. Is the Princess Catherine we see today the real one or a clone, as some have suggested? If she is a clone, assuming she's still alive, why did they take out the real one? Let's see. Great question. Yes. Why did they take her out? I think it was when they diagnosed her with cancer publicly, and yeah, she was going to speak out against the club, the cult, for the strength of her children. That's what I'm getting. But I will say they kept, okay, here's the thing that what I'm picking up from my guides is that they kept her as true to form as they could without messing up too much of the original like consciousness. They didn't want to tweak too much. They wanted to really keep a lot of her signature mannerisms and personality attributes, that kind of thing. Because she's so loved. She's kind of like Princess Diana. She's just so loved. So they wanted to keep those aspects of her. But it's almost like I'm getting like this, I'm almost getting an image of like when an elephant like tamer or like you know, kind of going like this. There's something like a switch or a um guiding stick that they use. That's like it's interesting. That's what I'm picking up. It's almost when she gets out of line, the clone. Maybe it's like it almost feels like a shock collar of some sort, something like that. All right, guys, last question, and then I'm gonna go. I'm getting a little tired. What about the wind guy? Who's the wind guy? I don't know. Sounds like a Vegas guy. Ooh. Whoever the wind guy is, I'm getting he's demanding, imbalanced. He is quite manipulative. He is full of tricks, very cunning, full of illusions, very imbalanced, lives in excess. I believed she was a clone because her face changed. It felt like she got skinnier, like more hollow to me. Yeah. Will the children ever find she's a clone? I don't think so. No. Maybe later on. Yeah, maybe later on. Probably only the oldest son. The oldest son, what I'm picking up just now, is the oldest son that's like primed for to be the king has to be told everything, all the family secrets, all all the lies. So, it's kind of like the president, like in all the UFO files and classified information when they step into office. It's the same thing I'm getting with the firstborn son. Thanks, guys. Love you. Thank you for the support.